discuss about deflection or Castigliano theorems. Also, please, you can find the material for today's class in the MyITS classroom as usual. As you can see in the classroom, yeah, please check the 15th and 16th weeks. And this Saturday, we will have a parallel quiz at 10 o'clock. So for all class of strength of material, mechanic and strength of material, we will have a parallel quiz. So please be prepared for this Saturday. And for strain energy method, actually, I have to hand out. Please check in the course 14 and 15. There are two material here, strain energy 1 and method energy rekaman 2 or strain energy 2. Okay, this is the last material for mechanic and strength of material. So please put it on your attention here and don't have another focus. Here we are. Okay, I take the from Beer and Johnston. This is from a companion PowerPoint or slide for the textbook, right by Beer and Johnston. Yes, strain, the complete name is strain energy methods. Yeah, it will cover about the definition of strain energy and anything, elastic strain energy for normal stress, strain energy for general state of stress, and then work energy under a single load, and also about Castigliano theorems. Yeah, so my focus here is how we can use the strain energy methods to solve or to analyze the deformation of structure. And the deformation of structure is depend on the type of loading. There are 4 type of loading: axial loading, torsional loading, transversal loading, and bendings. Okay, let me start with the definition first. That is rewind to remind you what is the strain energy definition. If I have a rod, a rod is a circular member. The definition is rod is circular member. And this rod having axial loads, as you can see in the figure. So it will create a very small elongation, and it will fulfill or appropriate to the formulation differential of work equal to complementary work. You can see here the force times or multiply with small dx. And this is the elementary work. So if we do the total integration, or we have the integration of total works, so we can call this as strain energy. Strain energy. Why strain energy? Because actually before there are two conditions will appear or will exist to this road. The first one is elastic condition, and second one is plastic condition. What we said here, or what we discuss here, is only happen or take place in the elastic condition or elastic area. If the condition is plastic area, so we cannot use strain energy method. So it is only for elastic area. Elastic area. For elastic and plastic area, the strain energy will have a little bit different formulation. Okay, so the total work is equal to this formulation. We have to do the integration. Yeah, in this case of linear elastic deformation, so if we only discuss or only focus in elastic deformation or elastic area, so the strain energy equal to this formulation. The strain energy will be equal to this formulation. The loads times to the deformation of that. Another term usually used in this case is strain energy density. Strain energy density is equal to stress times to the strain, the small strain. So if we do, or if we integrate all area, we will have strain energy density. So from 0 to all strain times 2 with the stress that exists due to the loads, so we can get the strain energy density. Yeah, you can read it in detail later. Okay. As I said before, there are two areas, yeah, under the curve of stress and strain. The first one is elastic area, and second one is the plastic area. So if we talk about the elastic and plastic area, so we can get the total integration equal to modulus of toughness. Modulus of toughness. But if we want to get only under the elastic area, so we call this as modulus of resilience. Modulus of resilience. So there are two types of modulus. Only for elastic area or modulus of resilience, and second one is the total modulus, total resilience from elastic to plastic area. We call this as modulus of toughness. And this is the formulation of modulus of toughness. And for modulus of for resilience, and this one is for toughness. Toughness equal to rupture strain. Rupture strain. So the rupture strain is combined or multiplication between elastic strain and plastic strain. This is the rupture strain. Yeah, modulus of resilience and modulus of toughness is very useful in the design of a spring, mechanical spring. So to get the performance of a spring, mechanical spring, you need to identify modulus of resilience of material. But to identify how the condition of mechanical spring will be broken, you need to identify or you need the parameter of modulus of toughness. Yeah, this is both of them, both of parameters is very useful in the design of mechanical springs. Yeah, this slide cover about the many deformation. Yeah, deformation type under axial loading. As I said before, that the strain energy we can use to analyze many type of loading, the deformation under many type of loading. One of them is axial loading. So you can also obtain the deformation formulation for bending and also torsional loading. This one for axial loading. So you can see here, this is the strain energy under elastic area for elastic deformation and for axial loading. How to identify this is axial or another type of load? You can see here the normal loads and also the AE. The A is the cross-sectional area, the E is modulus of elasticity. The next one is underbending loads. Underbending loads. So the strain energy, the total strain energy will be equal to this formulation. So you have to do integration from the all length of member, and then you can get the formulation for the member. Yeah, this is of the similar methods. Actually the basic fundamental is integration, because sometimes the cross-sectional area is not consistent. Or this one, the cross-sectional area is a different diameter. Strain energy for shearing stress. Yeah, another term we can use to identify the type of stress based on the type of stress. And this is for shearing stress. We can get the formulation for the shearing stress. Shearing stress is for the body have transversal load. For the body have transversal load. So you can use this formulation. And this one for torsional load. Torsional load. This is for transversal load. This is for torsional load. So this is the basic formulation. Then after you do a total integration, you will get the final formulation. So please keep in your mind the basic formulation for other type, for various type of loading, various type of loading. Okay, yeah, this the sample problem for this case. So before I move forward to the sample problem, please keep in your mind that the strain energy is a method to identify the deformation under elastic area. Keep in your mind, the strain energy method is a tool you can use to identify the deformation under elastic area for various loading. You can get the deformation under axial loading, torsional loading, bending loads, all from transversal loading. And you have to use the appropriate formulation for appropriate loading or for loading type needed. You cannot use the formulation of bending load to get or to obtain the deformation under axial loading. You cannot. So you have to use the appropriate formulation. Yeah, this one, the type of bending, yeah, a member under bending load, actually not bending, but transversal load. But the effect it will create transversal loading and bending, transversal loading and bending. So let's check how to solve this problem. Yeah, first of all, you have to identify the support reaction. After that, you have to draw the moment, yeah, moment diagram. Of course, you have to determine the. You can use section method between A and D, one section, and the last section between B and B. So you will get this moment area diagram, moment diagram. So. After we have the moment diagram, then we have to do the integration. Yeah, first from 0 to A. Then the second one from 0 to B. 0 to A and 0 to B. Why 0 to B? Yeah, there are two moments, M1 and M2. M1 is over the portion AD and M2 over the portion BD. You can see here. Yeah, I think it's some mistake here. It should be not 0, but A to B, not 0. 0 to A to B. Because M2 is over B. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this right. Why 0? Because this is not from left, but from right. Why this is 0? 0 to B because the formulation is from left, from right, not from left. So after you have the formulation, the right formulation, then integrate for the total, and finally you will get the strain energy. Let me check. based on this formulation. Okay, any question from this for this sample problem? Yeah, after you change the parameter with the magnitudes given from the problem, then you will get the strain energy magnitude. The value equal to 3.89 in kilo pound per square. Yeah, this is about the strain energy formulation for general state of stress, or we call this as three dimension space dimension. So basically to apply this, we have to use the general state of stress. It's very useful. So if sum of them is 0, just make them 0, equal to 0. So finally you will can identify the strain energy. If you see here, actually this is similar to the strain energy density. Strain energy density. The formulation is for this one very equal to strain energy density. Okay, you can read later in detail. Yeah, another advantage, you can use the strain energy method to solve the impact problem. And this is the type case. So you can apply strain energy method. To determine the maximum stress, we need to assume the kinetic energy is transferred entirely to the structure. So the strain energy, you know what the energy balance law of energy balance. So for the impact case, there are kinetic and potential. So the kinetic will be transferred entirely to the structure, and the kinetic energy we can consider, or we can determine from this formulation. Maximum value of the strain energy will be equal to this formulation. And if the case is a uniform road, so we can apply this formulation. This is one example for impact loading, and you can see here that there are different cross-sectional area. So how we can determine the deformation? Due to the change in diameter, so the normal stress distribution will be non-uniform. And this is the procedure to solve this problem, because there is a change in diameter. So we need to solve one by one, portion by portion. So first, this is the formulation for total. After we identify for portion B, C, and CD, this is CD and this is BC. So the total energy, strain energy equal to 5/16 times this formulation, and the load, the static load, the critical load equal to this, and based on this load, we can identify the maximum stress. Yeah, this is another type of impact load. Previous one is normal, axial and normal impact load, and this one is bending impact load. Yeah, the procedure is almost similar. First, we have to identify the strain energy, then we can get the maximum load, PM. PM is the maximum load, and from this one, we can identify the maximum stress. Also, we can use the brush due to design member, to design a member due to the impact loads or concentrated loads. Yeah, another function or another advantage of strain energy, we can use it by combining with the work formulation. So we call this as work and energy under a single load. So from this slide, sorry, we will wait for the Andan finish. Okay, I continue my lecture. Yeah, from this slide, you can get that there are two ways to obtain strain energy formulation. There are two ways, from the work, and the second one from the stress. From the work and from the stress. So this is from the correlation or relationship between stress and strain, and the second one from the correlation between work and strain energy. Strain energy may be found from the works of other types of single concentrated loads. Yeah, this is the confirmation that the strain energy we can found from the work. From transverse load, bending couple, and tensional couple. So this is the recapitulation. Counter-assume the strain energy come from the single loads. Yeah, if this strain energy due to a single concentrated load is known, then the equality between the work of the loads and energy may be used to find the deflection. Yeah, this is the concept or theorem. If the strain energy of structure is known or found, then we can use the equality between work and the loads, work and energy to get the deflection, strain energy of the structure like this. This is the strain energy, then this is the equating work and strain energy. Equating work and strain energy. Can you get what is the objective of this slide? Yeah, this is the strain energy for structure. So this is for member BC and this is member BD. You can see here there are two members, BC and BD. So you have to, how to get the strain energy of the structure, you have to define all members one by one and make summation. It will similar to strain energy under one concentrated load. This one, the formulation under one concentrated load. So if we make a equation or correlation, then we will get the deflection. Yeah, this is another problem. Yeah, the sample only two member, but the sample problem there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, more than seven member. Yeah, how to solve? Yeah, the equation is find the reaction. Sorry, determine the vertical deflection. Vertical deflection at point E. Vertical deflection at point E. So first of all, you have to find the reaction, support reaction. After that, you can. There are two methods, by section or by join method or section method. Join or section method, you can please find all member like this. Then you can use this formulation to get the total strain energy of structure. Total strain energy of structure based on this table. So you can get this formulation. It will, this formulation will equal to, this formulation under one concentrated load, 2 point E, 2 point E. And then finally you can get the deflection at point, vertical deflection. How about if not vertical but horizontal deflection? How about if the question about horizontal deflection? Can you get? Yeah. I will give you one practice. Yeah. About this problem, as you can find in the, yeah, I will open this practice in the end of the class. So the problem is almost similar, but you have to determine the horizontal and vertical deflection at point C and B. C and B. For the point C, this already exists the load, but for the point B, there is no load, so you need to use Castigliano theorem. Castigliano theorem. Okay. So for the remaining, this is about the Castigliano theorems. Okay, I'll continue. Yeah, this is the last slide. Yeah, the previous sample is under one concentrated load. How about the under several loads? Under several loads. This is under P1 into. So we need to determine based on two loads. Yeah, this is the formulation, and let's we see the Castigliano theorems correlate with this problem. Yeah, you can see here the Castigliano theorem for an elastic structure subjected to several loads, one or more. So this is the deflection, and this is the angle or rotation. The application of Castigliano theorem is simplified if the differentiation with respect to the loads is performed before the integration. So this is another shortcut to use Castigliano theorems. You can start from identification of strain energy, or directly you can calculate the deflection we did here, either horizontal or vertical one. Yeah, this is the same problem, but using Castigliano theorems. That we see how to solve using Castigliano theorem. Previous one using strain energy method. And the question is at point C, not point E, because as I said maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, that Castigliano advantage is we can use to identify the deflection at any point without any loads. At any point without any loads. So if we want to see or to analyze the deflection at point C, so we need to put virtual loads. Virtual loads. Or the zero loads, namely Q load. Then we solve the deflection, the force of every member. We can use the similar tabulation. Then afterward, we can apply the Castigliano theorem to get the deflection at point C. Deflection at point C. Yeah, this is very simple. Okay, this is the end of the slide. And I will open this so you can start to do the problem. This one. Close submission from 11. Then we have to finish until this until tonight. Also, it will be open from 10 o'clock. Okay. Okay, this is the last class and the last material for mechanic and strength of material. Please do the practice and submit your work or your answer here. I will put the solution. Sorry. You don't need to. You already can submit there. So just open this personal reports and you can submit here. And this is personal, but you can work with your friend to get the problem, the answer. So to get the answer. Okay, any question from this? And this other day we will have the quiz and also the last quiz maybe Saturday as well. Okay, any question?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, if there is a question, I will close my lecture and you can start to try to solve the problem, and please submit before tonight, before midnight.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, thank you for joining my class. I hope all of you can pass the competency, pass the examination and get and fulfill all requirement of competency. So if you can fulfill all requirement of competency, you can pass this course. Okay, see you on the Saturday, and I hope all of you can pass the quiz. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.